everyone. Happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay. I don't know why I'm being led to do this. I've not done it before. I've never been led to do it before. So there must be a reason for this. I'm going to throw a regular energy for all of us, and then I'm going to do the signs. So you're going to see this before every video, and I'm going to say I'll timestamp it behind me when I'm done, where the actual video starts, so you don't have to watch this for every single video, okay? But I think it's important for some reason, and I think the energies are intense, but you know what? It's just life. We go with what it is, but when we can be better prepared for the things that come up, we don't make mountains out of molehills. We don't say things we can't take back. We don't blow something up when, in fact, we have to, then go back and try to figure out why I did that and hope that something comes back together, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, and it's coming out in the cards too. Okay, we've got Unity is the card, right? And we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups, and we've got the Sun card. Okay, what I really feel here is, for some of you, I want to caution you against making something out of nothing. And don't think I'm discounting something here. I think that for some of you, you've got a little reminder here that you've got valuable things sitting right in front of you, and you may want to tend to those. For others of you, I think you're realizing that, maybe a situation that you're in isn't what you thought it was. You know what I mean? I think for some of you, you've got people coming into your life right now that are going to be valuable assets to you in some regard or another. For some of you, they're romantic relationships. For some of you, they're friendships. For some of you, they're business partnerships. But I think they're a reminder of there's different ways to do things, and you could maybe learn something here. You know what I'm saying? There's an air through here of not kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You may not initially like this person at one time. You know what I mean? Like, their first impression may be something that sets you back, or that you can't really figure it out. It just doesn't sit well. It's not an instant attraction on any regard. But I think that in further, getting to know this person a little better, or maybe watching what they're really doing, or, I think there was someone that I was watching recently, and I could not get past the antics of his mannerism, right? It was just, it was just uncomfortable, but his content was really good. So once I could get past that, initially, had I not stopped long enough to really listen to what he was saying, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this guy is way too unsettling. His antics were just they weren't a good match for mine. So I thought, right? But I sat for a minute, and I was really continuing to listen more to what he was saying than how flamboyant he really was. And I'm glad that I did, because he was a wealth of knowledge. So that is kind of the scenario that I'm going at here. For others of you too, I think that you may have things that have been bubbling under the surface that maybe you haven't dealt with, or again, when we don't deal with the little things, I kind of don't agree with, don't sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff becomes the big shit that hits the fan when we don't tend to it, right? So these are things where I think some of you have relationships coming in. I think for some of you, I'm going to hit the relationship aspect first. For some of you, I think you may come into contact with someone who's not exactly what you thought they would be. You know what I mean? Like, you're wishing and hoping, and whatever that song is, for this particular type of person. They have to look this way and talk this way and right? I think what may show up for you is someone completely different, but it's what you need, not necessarily what you thought you wanted. And I think that it could be something really spectacular. Okay, for others of you, you're being reminded that we're kind of all the same. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, we're kind of all the same kind of people. So you're being reminded of that, and to not. I've got to be honest. I don't have a wonderful feeling behind things that might come up globally this month. I think there's just a lot of unsettled energy. And the issue I've got here really is don't follow false things. If you hear something, check it out. Make sure that it's legit. You know, I have a feeling like the news crews and stuff like that, they're really going to kick up the crazy shit that they're doing anyway, right? So if you're someone who follows the news like it's, you know, whatever, I would be really careful about what you're getting. I'm not saying they're going to be lies or conspiracy theories or whatever the hell it is that they do anyway. I'm not a fan of the news, as you can tell. But I think it's not helping the cause. I think it may divide people and cause really devastating circumstances. You know what I mean? You don't want to, I just feel like this kind of energy is kind of like the major things in life, in history that have passed, that have taken place. And they've taken out a lot of people just for having different opinions, just for looking different or acting different or having a different culture or religion or something like that. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit if someone is different? It has really nothing to do with you. But this is where I'm saying on a smaller scale, this could hit your home in the fact that, you know what, you blow up at a partner because you had a crappy day at work, but you say things that you can't take back. You know what I mean? They may be true, but your delivery may not be something they'll forget. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of breaking your leg. It'll heal, but it'll never quite be the same again. And then the person may be afraid to talk to you about things. You could start something here that you can't finish. You know what I mean? So you may just want to be cautious. That's why I'm saying this. You've got the Sun card here. So it's a reminder that, you know what, see the good in someone and ask your peeps, ask your peeps around you. Look, I may not be at my best, so I'm going to do my best to, but just, you know who I really am. Give me a little bit of wiggle room here because I may not be at my best. And I think it's just these energies that are passing through, and they will. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're a little bit intense. What I'm feeling is like, again, trying to turn a cruise ship in a bathtub. It's going to take a little bit. You know what I mean? So let the things play out. Really cherish the people that are in your life that are of value to you. Really look at the ones that, I know that sounded terrible, but look at the ones that, you know what, maybe there's an expiration date here that's been presenting itself for a little bit. Because what I feel here is, for some of you, it's taking into consideration the gifts that you've currently got. You know what I mean? And for others of you, it's saying here, if you're staying in something because you're afraid this is the best you can get, you've got something coming in around the corner here that could be something really happy for you. You know what I mean? So we need to let things go when it's time for them to go. And that's what I feel. And I think with the Unity card, what it's coming in here to remind you of is that don't be stubborn in certain ways. Don't let people be stubborn in certain ways. Say things maybe a little bit more simply. We've got, you know, Mercury retrograde. It is a big deal. I find it to be a really big deal. And I know people are saying that we go through this a lot, and we do. But look at the times in your life where you say things or you do things where you're like, what the hell was that out loud, and why did I do it? They're big things. You know what I mean? So we can't discount them. So just be conscious of what you're saying. Value the people that are in your life, and take a survey. And it's not just, you know, it's your belief systems too. It's the things you believe in. It's you know, maybe changing things. You know, when you go through your whole life believing something, whatever, and then you come to a point in your life where you're like, you know, I really don't believe this anymore. I really don't want this anymore. I really don't want, you know, I'm evaluating something. Give yourself the space to do that. You know what I mean? Don't poo-poo it or speed over it or not think about it or make that a small thing that can be dealt with later, because that small thing turns into a big thing. You know what I mean? And look at these things. For some of you, you know, the Knight of Cups is kind of just saying to you here, it is an actual person for some of you. And it can be a woman. It's not gender specific. But it's like, kind of, you know, don't be, love is blind, but we're also blind to it. You know what I mean? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you've got someone in your life who you really care about, tell them you really care about them. You know what I mean? Don't assume that they're going to be there, you know, in 10 days and they know that I work really hard. They know that I'm never home. Don't assume that that's okay. You know what I mean? They may just not be someone who really speaks up, but you know, you come home one day and there's the note on the table and they're gone. I see things like that happen in these energies. That's why I'm trying to point these things out here. Cherish the people that are in your life. You know, take responsibility for yourself and the things that you do and that you say, and let other people know that they're appreciated. And if you need something from someone else, speak up about it and see where that goes. You know what I mean? I think that it's a time where a lot of things are changing. I think it's a time where if we let go of things that we know we need to let go of, amazing things sit right in front of us, okay? The Sun card here is a yes card. So whatever you're showing up to your reading for, the answer is most likely yes, right? This card, the Sun card, what I'm really feeling off of it is it's kind of like, again, seeing the good in someone, even if they don't see it yet in themselves. You know what I mean? Like someone may need to grow into a better version of themselves, but you see that in them, right? And you're kind of just holding space for this person. I'm not saying be used and abused and not, you know, I'm not saying stay in a situation because you see how someone could be, right? There's a big distinction between that and what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is something that, you know, the relationship isn't there. The person is not, you know, they're not tanked right now. You know what I mean? Like they're not being an idiot now is what I'm saying. They're not disrespecting you. They're not disrespecting the family. They're not disrespecting, you know, whatever it is. I'm saying that they're just not up to par yet, but you see sometimes relationships really are just holding space for each other. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a big advocate of getting stuck on these soulmates and these twin flame things. To me, and how I know our soul evolves, to me, I don't believe in that. I think we have a lot of soulmates. You know, I think we have souls that cross our paths for different reasons at different times. I don't think we have one, but I think that people are looking for that one love, which is already yourself. But to get to know that, it needs to be triggered by someone else. Many different soulmates, right? But some are more intense. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going here. But this is the dynamic where I think we're really going to be seeing things. We're really going to learn a lot about ourselves if we choose to, right? I think for some of you, you've got opportunities also that are going to be sitting right in front of you. Don't be so, don't poo-poo things that could really turn into opportunities for you. You know what I mean? Like explore things. Don't do the hierarchy thing. And that's what I kind of think the Unity card is coming in with, that we're all kind of the same at the end of the day. You can learn things. Like I was giving you that example about that person that I was listening to. He was a wealth of knowledge. He was a little flamboyant though, a little bit more than, so I just had to look away, but I was listening and I got the content that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scenario that I'm going here. And I think that it's a great month. I don't think it's a month though really to act on things. Like if you're going to put the kibosh to something or put like a, you know, the end on something, I would wait. Because we've got a lot of planets here that are, things may not be what they appear to be. There's nothing, you can't really lose anything by waiting a little bit until these things calm down. All right, so that's all I'm saying. It's kind of like when a new model of a car comes out or something, they'll always say to you, wait a year to see what the glitches come up in that car, and so that you can get a better version of it. So just sit back and see, but taking what I'm saying and give yourself ample time here to say, you know what, I have worked with this person. I have, you know, I can see a vision here. Maybe we could work together. Maybe, you know, two heads merging something is better than one. Maybe we can work together. Maybe we do things different, but our goal is we have the common goal. You know what I mean? It can be things like that too. So again, we grow through relationships. So this could be on any platform for you. Okay. But I think that there's opportunities here that could so easily be missed, and opportunities here that can't be seen yet because you're under things that need to be cleared out. So that's what I've got for our overall energy. Let's see what we've got here. Hi Aquarius, happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay, don't panic here. Okay, because your first card here, I wanted to get into this. So I threw this, I saw what was here, and I did meditate on this reading, okay, because I wanted to know what you were up against here, okay? So you've got the dagger, conflict and danger lie in wait. And this, I feel, is in the form of being backstabbed. I think that's what that is about. And you've got endurance here. Reminds you of what you're really made of. Okay. You've got creativity here. And I want to say to you with creativity, 33 is a master number, meaning like your whatever your higher power is, your angels, your guides, they are like right here with you. So call upon them, okay? And don't lose sight of the things that you're good at either. And by creativity, I think this is going to be fancy footwork that you're going to do here in a self-honoring way. I don't think it's like a creative project. I think it's creatively how you hold your own and show people what you're really made of. And I think in turn what you're going to realize is the people who really have your back here. Okay, now the other card you've got is discovery. And I think that this is a card that will really show you what people are really made of. I want to say you may want to watch Sagittarius reading. I think they got that same card, and it was really kind of determining who was foe and who was friend. You know what I mean? And it was a hard leaving something behind here. And I can't remember if they got endurance or not, but for some reason you're being called to watch that reading. Now, the cards that you've got, the tarot cards, you've got the Queen of Swords. Okay. You've got the Five of Wands. And you've got the Page of Swords. Okay. What I think is happening here is you're being reminded of, I think someone slanders you. I think someone's trying to really like go behind your back or slander you or talk bad about you, or you've got people here though that are gonna make something right by you. You know what I mean? Like someone may try to slam you in front of someone who really is a true friend of yours or a true colleague or someone who really knows that that's not true, right? It might be something like that. And I think you really find out here who your friends are and who your foes are. And I'm going to say here, you're going to need to trust your instincts on this. Okay. I think that this could be something too where it's a conflict at work or something like that. So just be aware of that. I think with the Five of Wands, it's an argument for sure, right? Like it's something here that you're not gonna, you're just not gonna, you're not gonna deal with. It's like I've worked here, I've done this, I've been in this relationship, and this is what I get here. I think for you, you've got a really good friend here who really cares about you. There can be also like you may not even realize it, but you've got someone in your sphere who you may be just looking at as your friend, but it's like your perfect mate. It's like the perfect person for you. So you may come to realize here who really has your back and who really doesn't. All right. I think maybe someone who you think has your best interest at heart may really backstab you. And I think that you realize that that some other person that's here is really the perfect person for you because they went to bat. They didn't let that lie. They heard what was said about you and they stepped in and made right of it. Maybe you're being slandered and your reputation is on the line. This person steps in for you and nothing, it heads off a disaster is kind of what I'm saying, right? I think that you're able to see things here that other people aren't. Okay, so I'm going to say use your intelligence here. Use your, you're able to spot things here that other people wouldn't recognize. So pick up on these things. Don't, if you hear something that you think might be nothing and your initial reaction is this could be something, pay attention to it. If you're getting a hit from someone, and I'll often say this, we get an intuition about someone. We get a hit, like we say, this person is an asshole. We get that. But instantly our brain gets in there and says, oh no, be nice, let them see. Your initial reaction could actually save you here. So I'm going to say trust that. There's other situations here too where this may be a relationship that you think you're never going to get to the other end of. It's just this person is just never, it's kind of like you feel like you can't get back to solid ground. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never get out of this relationship that's so horrifying, but you will, and you'll get back to life how it should be. For some of you, that's what you're dealing with. You're thinking, there's no way out of here. It's too hard to do this, so I should just stay. You're being reminded that people change, and it's a time to realize that and to move on your way here. Okay. I think for some of you, you think you really invested into something, and you're going to realize here that it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. Again, there's intellect, there's your ticket through all of this, and what you're kind of like what did they say? Your silent artillery is your inner, how you speak to people, how you say things, your decorum. You don't get tied up in some kind of screaming match or something. You don't go head to head with someone. You kind of remain, your vices and virtues are intact. You know what I mean? You're not gonna, you may hear something that you're not thrilled about, but you don't react. You do the right thing. You can kind of, you've got an arsenal of people who really know who you are. So whatever goes on here, it's not going to be pretty, but you come out ahead anyway. Either you're able to pull yourself out of this, or you've got people around you that are already heading this off, or will be in March, right? That's what I've got here. But again, your tactics are your intelligence, the way you think about things, how people like you, how they react to you, how you show up, right? You are sound on the inside. This is a card, you've got cards of success in here. Okay, but again, I think the creativity part of this is how you're kind of like able to maneuver your way around this, so that you really don't need to do anything. This person kind of shows it all. You just need to, it's kind of like when someone asks your advice, but they don't stop talking, and you don't need to say a word. They solve the problem by themselves and they leave, and you never needed to do anything. That's kind of what this will be. But I feel that, you know, it's something where you've outgrown something. You've outgrown a colleague, you've outgrown a relationship, you've outgrown something, but what happens here, maybe why this is all happening, is you've now got deadlock on someone who you know is perfect for you. They're either the perfect friend, the perfect match. It's someone who truly would not let this happen to you. They went to bat for you. They made things right. So that's what I've got here. So I think some people are, yeah, they're gunning for you. But I think you're going to see this. I think you've got people in your sphere, and it's going to be brought to your attention. Again, because I think that this is a scenario where you're going to want to keep your integrity where it is. Okay, the Page of Swords can do underhanded things, but I'm reading this for you. So I'm reading this like this is your exterior. Like, people see this on the exterior, right? They see this well together person, but on the inside, it's like, I see you're ticking away here. You're like playing like Inspector Clouseau on the inside, but you're not. You're appearing like everything is fine. Like, I don't have a clue what's really going on here. Inside, you see it all, right? And the people around you that really trust you see it. Okay. That's why I don't ever really think this Five of Wands is a mundane card. I don't think it's little. I think it's big. I think it's something that is going on around the person at that moment, right? So this is a Five of Wands that's saying, I'm done here. This isn't worth it to me anymore. Okay. I want to say people are very, quick to judge. Okay. There's you know, things happen too for the right reason. So I want to give you just a little story here. You get a contract. Oh, that's great, right? You lose a contract. Oh, that's terrible. You know what I mean? But is it really? Because it could have been a corrupt company. So losing that contract prior to like the FBI finding out about it or something like that, it's not such a bad thing, right? So people's perspective on things are skewed, and I think you're able to see what's really going on here. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to head this off. But I think, you know, you either get thrown under the bus or you catch it ahead of time. Either way, you're going to be fine because you've got people around you that help you regain whatever it is that is trying to be taken from you. Okay, now I'm hitting this from you're on the up and up. Okay, but if it were to be on the flip side here, it's kind of saying that you've got, you know, people are working. There's people doing not such nice things here, but I think I have to hit this from, these are the cards showing up, and they'll play out as you. So you most likely have people that are trying to sabotage you or stab you in the back here, and it's probably a business deal, or you find, you know, this is realizing that, wow, this person really changed. They're not at all who I thought they were. And that's a shitty thing, is kind of where I'm going with that. But these cards this is just saying, you know what, this is a card too of a real crappy divorce, like a kit and caboodle hellfest of a divorce, but you get back your life to where you are happy and you feel free again. So this could be some kind of divorce thing, right, where someone tries to cut you down, but you've got people here that aren't going to let that happen. So find peace in this, okay? And again, this card here, if you've been praying for signs or guidance, your guides and angels are right here. This a 33 is they're here. Your peeps are here. Okay, so call on them, ask them, show me signs, tell me what to do. You know, ask however it is that you interact with them. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but ask to be shown and led and guided every step of the way, and I assure you, you will. Because this is just saying, this is not the person I thought they were, and that stinks, right? But the upper hand here is, I think you'll see what you're really made of here. Okay, this is you've got a success reading here. So if you've got something on the table financial wise, this will clear up and you will gain your footing here. This is a card of the Queen of Swords is a card of success, right? But it shows up here too. It could be a divorce here where someone tries to like really rip you down. Just stay your course. Someone's going to come to bat for you here. This person will exhaust themselves and look like an idiot, and you won't need to do a thing, is basically what's going to happen here. But I think it may hurt you, and you may just be shocked that, wow, this person, I'm kind of shocked that they would do this to me. But you notice these things. You pick up on these signs. These things don't go. You're the person that would see a billboard. Everyone else would see the big thing, but you'd see something no one else saw. So just pay attention. Pay attention. That's what I think the creativity card is. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Okay, things other people may miss. All right. So that's what I've got. Unfortunately, I think you've got disappointment here because you know, we don't like to come up against, you know, these kind of things. But that's what I think this is. I don't think that, you know, for some of you too, you know, if you're in situations here, I'm going to put this out here. If you're in situations here that are dangerous, I would be, you know, pay attention to the signs. Don't discount them. This person is an asshole. Trust that. Okay? That's what that could mean too. Don't put yourself in a compromising position where, you know, you think this person could be dangerous, and it's quite possible that they are. Trust your intuition, right? Not your brain. Trust your intuition. So that's what I've got. Okay? If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. The positive in this reading is you're going to be aware of these things before they happen. So don't worry about that. You just need to trust yourself and trust your intuition. Okay? You've got people around you that will help you as well. Okay? So there you go. Thank you so much.